And there we go. I've got the microphone on. I'm turning that song off now. It is confirmed that it is off. We'll see what happens when I restart it. Oh, welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you here. It is July the 10th of 2022, and I'm your host, DrFox2000. You're watching VolcanoX live stream, and glad to have you all on board. And of course, what we've got on there is Cumbre Vieja, volcano from La Palma in the Canary Islands. That was from last year in September sometime, and that is what it looked like way back when. So pretty awesome. Some of the ejections or pluming was just phenomenal when we look at it, and I wish we had another volcano like it, preferably somewhere where it's not going to affect people though. But that is a pretty awesome looking beast, if you want to call it that, and we like it. Okay, so first off, let's welcome the moderators. The only one in so far that I see is Arizona Snowman, and that doesn't mean that the others are not in the background. We could very well have Piggy, while Piggy might be sleeping. Her visit to Turkey was a good success, and she met up with, I guess it's her son and her daughter-in-law, if I'm correct there. But anyway, they did well, so everything is good and cool and happy, and she's all tuckered, so she's likely getting a couple of hours of sleep, which is absolutely fine, so I'm not worried about that. And so welcome Arizona Snowman, Piggy if you get here, and Lucas Snow, C&D Boy, and Joseph Fields Official, and then possibly Gary hiding in the background, as well as others. So we will kind of keep hush there, and that's all good. So no worries everyone, I'm glad to have you here. I see we have a few less people than normal, which doesn't surprise me, and that is okay too. Going through the names real quick, well actually let's hand out cookies first. Sue was number one today, and Sue Hayes gets the cookies. Way to go, Sue. There you go. And let's carry on with saying hello to everyone. So we'll start out with Juliet and Paul Williams. Welcome. Duchess of Elements just came in. Welcome. Kevin Haynes is here. Sue Hayes, of course. Anna Wallner. And we got Juliet. Henry Nelson also in the house. Layla is here. Sherry Hewitt also in. Going up some more, Mars 2028, welcome. Daryl R also here, welcome. And going up some more, trying to find some other names that I didn't mention yet. Hermione is here, but she's lurking. That's all right, Hermione, and hope you're doing well, and hope your hubby's doing well also. Going up the list a little bit more, we got Kevin Haynes already, and let's see who else snuck in here that I didn't see. I got Sherry. All right, King Colin Deadman, welcome. Glad to have you on board. Echo the bot is here. Okay. Welcome, Echo, and hope you enjoyed your cookie. Going up a little bit more here, looking for other names just about at the top. Two Pineapples is in the house, lurking, possibly lurking, and listening in. And of course, she is listening in while he is unloading the lumber. He better be working hard. I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm as high up there as I can go, so I don't see any other names up there, and that's all good. Yvonne Kunkel is here. Welcome, Yvonne, and welcome home. I'm glad that you made it home safe and sound, finally in your bed, and I bet you that feels good. That's awesome, and hope that your trip was a complete success there, going all the way over to Sicily, and I hope your next one is a complete success as well when you go to La Palma on your vacation. So awesome stuff, and that is great that you made it back. All right, so that's good recording. Yep, that's what we're looking at. We're going to get to live stuff here right now. That's what I was about to change. So I'm going to use my magic and freeze that volcano, get rid of that banner up top there, and then we're going to move to a different scene. So there we go, popping over, and we will take a look at where Yvonne just came from. And I was actually thinking of being really nasty and getting some old footage and pasting the new dates on there and telling Yvonne, hey, look, it's erupting. But I can't be that nasty. So I'll just keep it as a funny thought. But this is what we see today, and of course, I think we are all good with that. I did make a short time lapse, and I will see if I can pull that up. I forgot to load it up, but let's see, July the 10th. There we go. And remember that nasty little fire we had out front there on that hill? Well, there's another one, and just about right beside the darn thing. Oop, there we go. And this, of course, was from earlier. This is a time lapse that I created, and as you can see, it's from around 5 o'clock onward, or 1700. Okay, Dr. Fox, it's not Ragnar. I know if she was going to erupt. Okay, okay, you knew it, eh? All right, wow, I know, it'd be spontaneous at Ragnar. But that's all. Yeah, I guess you would know. You'd see the signs, so not a worry. Nancy Buchanan popped in as well. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. But anyway, this is what it looked like earlier today in Sicily, in their 6 o'clock time frame in the evening. That fire going in the forefront on that small hill, and that is just next to where the other fire was a couple of days ago. So those guys aren't batting 100 there, that's for sure. And not good. I don't know what would cause it, unless it wasn't put out completely. And I see our UFOs are scanning the area. Just kidding, guys. But it does look neat and awesome with the time lapse and those streams of light beaming through there, and it definitely does look pretty wild. Is it Sharon Stewart's birthday? 25, number 25 today. Woohoo! Oh no, she's number 25. Oh, is it her birthday though? Okay. Welcome, Spooky, and who else? Yeah, we got Nancy. All right. Anyway, looking at what we see there, I think it may have rained a little bit up on the volcano, but not so much down in the areas where they need it, like where that fire is, as an example. So that's kind of what it looked like there today, and not much that we can change, and that's kind of what it is. I'm just trying to get our next customer up for a visit here, and he wasn't so easy to see. Anyway, I'll see if we can pop over. So Italy, I'm pretty quiet. We can leave it be. Hey, Joris, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And let's pop over to Iceland. This I had to back up a little bit because it was very, very cloudy there for the most part during the course of the day. So we weren't seeing a heck of a lot of anything for a long time. And then the clouds parted for a little while and allowed us this view probably for about an hour or so. And it really is not erupting, so we can definitely attest to that. And you know, it'd be nice if it was, but it isn't. And it's one of those things. I will leave it be. Only 10 days till mine. What? 10 days till you're in on vacation. Oh, wow. Or your birthday. Okay. One or the other. Okay, you're gonna have your birthday in La Palma. Is that how that works? I think we figured it out. Sharon Stewart, not my birthday today, but I'm here to celebrate all birthdays. Sharon Stewart. Well, we like that. Okay, so no, not your birthday, Yvonne. Okay. All right, 10 days till your vacation. That 10 days will go very fast. Don't you worry. By the time you get your lawn mowed and garden all fixed up and everything ready, it'll be time to go. So you'll wonder, so why don't I have any time to do these things? Anyway, let's get back to the volcano scene. And of course, we are seeing Ragnar on the screen from a little bit earlier, just about 2 p.m. This afternoon, Iceland time. A little bit rough. I see YouTube has been starting these things off in low definition again. I keep having to change them every time I go look at it. It's almost like somebody is flipping the switch from 1080 back down to no, 10 days until my birthday, 6 days until my vacation. Oh, okay, now we got it. All right. And that makes more sense. Okay, I get you now. And just gonna do something here. Just writing something down. Okay, got it. All right, that's all good. So, yeah, no worries. Had to do that. Otherwise, it's going to be one of those forget things. Yeah, it's annoying when YouTube decreases clarity. You know, it's weird. Well, I don't know why they do it. Well, I got a pretty good hunch why they do it. It is one of those things. They're trying to save on bandwidth going out, and that automatically switches it. I'll be 62 this August. Jeff Young. Well, you're still young, right? I get it? Young? No, I know. Bad pun. Bad pun. Welcome, Jeff. I'm glad to have you on board. And okay, you okay? Daryl R, drive safely. 92 degrees today. Holy macaroni, that's quite warm. Rachel Carr, hey, it's been a long time. We haven't seen your twins for forever. No camera views, and they've cooled right off. And sorry that we can't give you better words of twin news, but that's what it is, Rachel. But welcome, and glad to have you on board. Judy McClellan also joined in. Welcome back, and glad to have you here. Okay, so let's have a look at the harmonic tremor chart, and we're going to see what it's been doing. Of course, this is a little bit time ago here, and just about 2 p.m. Icelandic time. I had to back it up because otherwise we would be in the gray soup, and we can't see a darn thing in that. All right, here's the harmonic tremor chart. I'm going to refresh that. We did have a fairly good spike in there, which is kind of neat, and that, of course, caused a downward trend, which is not so neat, but we're seeing that spike right there, and you see a second one up beside it, so a little tremor that was also noted by the sensors. But for the most part, everything is on its way back down, unfortunately. So going back into quiet mode for a little while anyway. And let's go down to the Grindavik chart, and we'll see what that one is doing, and kind of compare notes a little bit. Where are we? Right there. Okay, those spikes nowhere near as tall on the Grindavik chart, so they have to be over on the side that's probably opposite of the Grindavik side. Well, it would be over on the, I guess, eastern side of Ragnar, for lack of better words there. Anyway, that's what we're seeing, so I'm going to slide that back up to the other one. To our Ragnar chart. Whoop, there we are, and we'll leave it on there so I can find it. A quick peek at the earthquakes, and I don't want to start out with that map. I'll pop it onto the other one real quick, and we will see. Okay, so if we look, the first thing that you see on this chart, of course, sticks out is the star down here on Katla. And we'll have a look at that right away. Miss Tigris, welcome, and good to see you. Okay, Piggy isn't here right now, but I'm sure she will be in the background somewhere, or she's sleeping, and I'm hoping she is. Anyway, we're going to zoom in on some of the ones from up here, because see what transpired. I think this might be from yesterday, don't know. No, brand new, 10 minutes after midnight, 12 kilometers down, 1.9 in magnitude. So a brand new one, and that is fairly far out on the ridge. So zooming into these guys a little bit, and we'll see if we can do three at a time here. This is from yesterday at 1521, 9.7 kilometers down on that 1.3. This is also yesterday's 2116, 12.1 kilometers down. Likely yesterday's, yep, 1828 for that 1.0, 9.2 kilometers down. Let's look at our next three that we've seen. And hopefully these will be a little bit newer. I think they should be. No, yesterday 1819 is the time on that guy, 10.8 kilometers down. And let's see, this one is from today, 4:56 a.m., 12.9 kilometers down, 1.0 in magnitude. Then we have this 1.1, also from yesterday, 7.9 kilometers down, 1819. Wasn't that the same as this one? Yeah, 1819, and they happened at the same time. Interesting. Okay, looking for more. There we have a 1.2, just small guys. But you know, these small inch-like movements that happen, even if they are only a millimeter at a time, they add up over time. And if you have, 20 quakes, all of a sudden, if you were, calling it a millimeter at a time, now you got 20 millimeters that have moved, or a couple of centimeters, and that's already an inch. And keep that going over a period of years, all of a sudden you're going to have a big problem, right? Anyway, the parts are shifting. I don't know which side is what here. Of course, that would be the Eurasian plate, but I don't know where the actual fissure lines are here. and where these would be located, or if they're right on the fissure. Anyway, let's zoom in here. Astja area. We didn't see all that much in Astja itself, but we do have a little swarm up here, a couple 0.8s, or sorry, 1.8s, I mean. This one was from yesterday at 2036. This guy is from yesterday at 2020, 4.5 kilometers down on that. This also yesterday's 1944, 4 kilometers down for that 1.1, and the 1.2 also 4.4 kilometers down. 2013 was the time on it. So really, that is old. We don't need to worry about it at all. Well, we do. Again, it's, as I say, you know, you get repeated quakes. Things move a millimeter at a time, and it doesn't take long for things to add up. All right, 2.2, the magnitude on this guy happened at 12:50 in the afternoon, and 2.2 kilometers down. Interesting. And let's see, there was another one out here somewhere. Will it show up for us? Oh, there it is, 1.2. And have a look at it and see when it happened. 10:26 a.m. and then 8.8 kilometers down, 1.2 in magnitude. I'm not sure if that's really related or anything, but that's interesting. So now let's get down here to Katla. And you know, when we're seeing a bunch like this at Katla, I have to wonder if we see, say tomorrow we see the same thing again, number-wise. It's going to be interesting. That may tell us Katla might be kicking back in. Let's start up in the top right here and just go through this today from 1315, and it's only 100 meters down, 2.6 in magnitude. Then we've got this 1.4. It is surface 21 minutes after 1 p.m. or 1300 today, Iceland time. Then we've got this 1.8, 1.1 kilometers down. These are very shallow quakes. 1:15 in the afternoon for that 1.8. This 1.3, also 1.1 kilometers down, 13:15 as well today. The 2.3, same thing, 13:15, a surface quake. And then we've got this guy 100 meters down for this 2.1, and that is from yesterday at 1956. And then we have this guy from 10:51 today at 2.4, 100 meters down, and makes you wonder, are we going to see something happen here? All of a sudden, all that ice shifting is a little suspicious, if that is what's causing it. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. This guy also 100 meters down, 2.3 in magnitude from 1047, and like I say, 100 meters down, 2.3. That is cool. Okay, then looking at the 3.0, also 100 meters down, and 10:50 a.m. on that guy. Let's see, his 2.8 right beside it, 100 meters down at 10:48 a.m. And you know, I'd almost say, hey, these look pretty nasty, and maybe Katla is going to erupt. I don't know. We'll have to see if it gets a little bit more intense. 10:50 a.m. on this 2.4 from 1.1 kilometers down. This guy 1.8, and that is 100 meters down, and it is 10:49 a.m. the time. So very, very interesting to see all that activity right there. And that is the magic area, you guys. So if she's going to do something, it will be in that area. And hopefully we will see something. That would be nice if this thing popped. It would definitely be away from people for the most part, but it would create some fun times, I think. Anyway, zooming back out a little bit more, and we'll head over towards the Reykjanes Peninsula, and there it is. There's our wonderful peninsula, and the capital city, Reykjavik, and then of course over here you've got the airport, Keflavik Airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jarðvík, and then when we slide over here, we can see the Blue Lagoon and the power plant, and Grindavik. So that's what we've got there. Looks not bad, and let's see what we've got happening around here. So over on the other side of the ridge, oh, actually we had one in the water here. Let's take a look at this 1.0. 1:16 a.m., 5.2 kilometers down, 1.0 in magnitude. And then we've got this guy here, is 6.6 kilometers down, 1.2, 1:51 a.m., 1.1 right there, 5.1 clicks down, 10:22 was the time on that one. Another 1.0, 9:32 a.m., 4.6. DrFox Katla is a tephra producing a machine. If it goes, get out of the way. Yep, that too. From what I recall, it shoots stuff way in the air, and has done so in the past. Let's have a look here. Another 9:32 a.m. for this 1.7, 5.2 kilometers down. Then we've got this 2.7, 5.5 kilometers down, 9:33. So that gives you what's right beside the lake here, and that definitely is rattling the cages. Moving over a little bit, here is our wonderful area that we love so much, and of course zooming in a little bit, this is where Ragnar actually lives, right here in Geldingadarlar, and it's sitting right about there. So that is pretty cool, and that line of fissures of course runs this way. So this 1.1 that we see here, right in the line with it, and that is from 10:01 a.m. 5.6 kilometers down, 1.1 in magnitude. Nice to see. Maybe it'll breathe some life back into our wonderful Ragnar. I want to zoom in. There we go. Another 1.1 over here though, towards the power plant, and that happened at 9:16 a.m. 5.3 kilometers down, 1.1 in magnitude, not that large. Looking at what we see right around Grindavik, it's not showing anything, and we do have one out here a little bit further out in the lava fields, if you want to call it that. This one 1.1 as well, 2:22 a.m. 5.1 in magnitude. Sorry, I'm 5.1 in depth, not magnitude. Boy, if that was a 5.1, that'd be there'd be a volcano there. My bad. Okay, so that's kind of what we're seeing in this chart. Looking out here on the Reykjanes Ridge, we don't see anything else out there, so going to leave that alone. This is very interesting looking, and I'm going to pop over to this map, and we are going to take a look again at our Ragnar's Valley there, as well as over here at Grindavik. And some of these are still a little bit kind of weird. So we do have this 0.9, 2.75 kilometers down from yesterday at 21:42. Then we also had this guy here, 135 meters down, 0.38, and that was at 22:53. And those are older now, I guess. This would be newer, I think. Yep, from 10:30 a.m., 5.2 kilometers down for this 0.35. I'm just trying to get some general ideas of how deep these things are. And this one here, 0.09 and 135 meters down right beside the highway. And that could have been a bad car crash. Anyway, this guy here, 23 minutes after midnight, 3.31, 1.5 kilometers down, just about. And then we pop over on the other side. They get deeper again, 6 kilometers down for this 0.59. 11:02 was the time on it. We've got a couple more over here of 4.4 kilometers down. 0.68. 0.68. I'll get it. 16:02 was the time on that guy. Sometimes things just don't want to come out right. This guy was at 15:16, 1.05, and it's 5.331 kilometers down. And that's just roughly though. So that's kind of what we're seeing there. And then we've seen this one, it's actually a 1.3, and then we have another one here, a little bit older, from 1044, 0.64, also in kind of in line with our Fisher, and then that is 5.567 kilometers down, and this 0.9 would have been from yesterday, and that is from 2050, and that is just about 8 kilometers down. So interesting to see that, and really kind of cool. And of course we looked at these. They do show a few more small ones in here as well, the little tiny ones. So these things, of course, I'm just looking at depths here. They're not really gonna be that much of a bother, because they're all about the same distance down, just about 5 kilometers. Thanks, Kevin Haynes, for the 4-minute warning, and that'll work. So that's kind of what we're seeing for our wonderful chart there. Again, if you guys want to bring these up for yourselves, you're more than welcome to do that. You can type in earthquake or earthquake 2 or earthquake 3, and that will give you access to all 3 different maps, and you can do your thing. Welcome, Laura M. Glad to have you on board, or should I say aloha. And LS is here as well, saying bye everyone, have a nice day or night. Thanks, LS. You have a good day or night as well, depending on where you're at. And excuse me. Oh, she's running away. Okay, no worries. And let's see. That should be good for right now. I think we are going to get ready to go take that break, and I'm going to line you back up for some more lava flow here, and let's see if we can find a little bit of that you can watch during the break. I think that'll be okay right about there. All right, we'll put it back over there, and we'll fire that up. Get it? Fire that up? No. Lava? Oh boy, bad humor again. It's Sunday. Somebody's got to have the humor. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Anyway, you guys, that is real cool. So for those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like button. Otherwise, we'll have to make you walk into that volcano right there. And oh, Yvonne says, I am going to sleep as well. Was a long day. Yes, flying all the way back from Sicily, and then having dinner, and then flying home. Your arms must be really, really tired, Yvonne. You have a wonderful sleep, and like I always say, there's no place like home. That bed is going to feel really, really good. So put the phone down and get yourself some wonderful dreams. And dream of bunnies. Those are nice. Good night, Yvonne. Okay, so those good people who haven't yet hit that like button, by all means, do hit it. And I promise we won't make you walk the plank into any kind of volcano. And for those others who have not yet subscribed, we do have the door open, as in anyone can come in and chat. We don't have it in subscriber mode right now, so you are more than welcome to be here and chat and do your thing. And by all means, do hit the subscribe button if you feel we've earned it. Just a quick warning, if we have spam coming in again, we will turn on subscriber only mode, and that means it'll be set to 5 minutes before you'll have to be subscribed, and then 5 minutes after you'll be able to chat if you haven't subscribed beforehand. Anyway, a couple more people popped in. B. Matt William, welcome. Philomena also in here. Welcome, Philomena. And on that friendly note, I am going to take a 5-minute. What? I'm not spam. Sophie. But Sophie, do you eat spam? Okay, never mind. Don't answer that question. It's all good. Just some punny humor. All right, you guys, be good, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. So keep smiling, play nice in the lava, and we're all good, you guys. And we'll see if we can now put some music on here. There. All right, I'll be back. Don't go away. And the microphone is back on. Oh, welcome everyone, or welcome back. I'm glad to have you all on board. I see a few more names popped in there, like Grandma B, welcome. Sharon Stewart is also here, as well as Mona Alfano. Kimmy Lambert, welcome. How fun, and glad you're enjoying it. Joss Dean also made it in, as well as Rick Van Ejek. Welcome. And yes, Rick, this is the old stuff. Got to keep you guys addicted somehow. Misty Gris also here, and I think I got you earlier though. I think most of everyone else on the list is there. Yep, I think we've got everyone. Anyway, if I didn't say hi to you, I do say welcome, and glad to have you on board. Thank you for the welcome backs, everyone, from Paul and Grandma B and Sherry and Arizona and so on, Mars. That's about where we are. Anyway, looking at the screen, I'm just going to move that ahead a little bit and get back into the lava flow here, because that's what everybody likes. Lava, lava, we lava. There we go. Okay. Yeah, what I was showing there during the time there was the direction of flow, and that was coming down there. Pretty neat. Yep, hot sauce, you bet it. It is very, very hot, that sauce. Okay, while we're at things, so I'm going to use my magical powers here and stop all three vents right as they are. And we will go zoom off to other places, and we'll see how things look around the world real quick. So, hang on, let's see, here we go. Oh, I want to change that. Poof, there we go. And there we are in the Azores, and of course we are on Sao George, or if you want to say it in Spanish, Sao Jorge. Sao Jorge. Anyway, there it is. You can see Pico Island off across the strait here, and that little bump, that's actually part of it is the top of the volcano called Mount Montana that is on Pico Island. Anyway, glad that we can put that on there. I just got to get to the right screen. There we go. Switching, and there's our little cove, the one we adore so much, and we can see how rough the sea is by the amount of white water that is created here at the little beach, and it doesn't look overly bad. We do see some, but not too bad. So that's real good for today. I'm sure it's a little less windy and that kind of thing there. Probably good for them, even though it is still cloudy. And I notice that it is cloudy there quite a bit. And I think I did at one point in time take a look to see how many sunny days they have, and I think it was around 150. And then I checked La Palma, and La Palma was like 260 or something. So pretty awesome. Hey, Joseph, I feel official. I finally made it. Welcome, Joseph. And let's see. On to you all. What a lava chat too. Okay, no worries. Anyway, kind of a neat shot here. Moon is in there, and that is wonderful to see. And of course, the sun is shining upon the buildings. This is the other harbor that we see, by the way, on there. So pretty cool, pretty awesome. Let's have a look and see what we've had for earthquakes on Sao George. I'm gonna put that screen back to wide there. There we go. And there's the area that most of them have been happening as of late. The uplift on the area was actually over here. Looking at this, it looks like everything is shifting around maybe. Anyway, let's take a look, and yep, we've actually had 5 so far. So That is quite interesting. And that is a 1.6, 3:54 a.m. Next guy is, where are we here? There we are, at 2.0 at 4:40 in the morning. And then we have 1.5 at 12:30, almost 12:30 in the afternoon. And this guy here, 1.5 at 15:32 or 3:32 in the afternoon, and 1.6 at 3:51 also in the afternoon. So pretty cool. And let's take a look though. Of course, there's the island of St. George. This is Pico Island right here. Of course, the Mount Montana is right there. That's the one that I was just referring to. Fayal Island is the other one right there. And let's zoom that back out. We'll leave it there. Have a look at the other map. I'm going to refresh, and then we will see what we've got going on here. And we looked at the earthquakes that were on the island, and we had a few there. So those are actually showing up on this one, and there they are 8 hours ago, 1.5. Then we have another 1.5 5 hours ago, 1.65 hours ago, and 17 hours ago for that 2.1, and the other 2.1 16 hours ago right near the airport. So that is pretty cool to see. But the interesting stuff is right here. And if we zoom back into that, we see 5 hours ago a 3.6, and 9 hours ago a 2.3, and there we have 5 hours ago 3.1, and then another 5 hours ago 2.1, and this 2.6 also in that same time era. So that is very interesting to see. Wow, hey Rick, thank you very kindly for that £5 super chat or super sticker. That is awesome. And drops the mic. Hey, right on. Let me write that down. Thank you kindly, Rick. Rick Van Ejek. There we go. And €5. There we go. Got it written down. Thank you very kindly for that wonderful super sticker, and do appreciate it, Rick. So anyway, these extras out here, of course, as I mentioned yesterday, this being the Mid-Atlantic Ridge right here, and of course that's the North American plate. The other ridge that goes through here is kind of, this is the bad no man's land in here where the Azores are, and you have multiple faults right in there, but basically that's the Eurasian plate, and this is the African plate, and this is the well, I wouldn't say meeting place. This is the place where they all come apart and make new land. So that's what's going on in this area, and of course that happens along any of these wonderful faults like this that create or are moving away from each other. They're creating that new land. So this is really no man's land right in the middle here, and that is pretty awesome. But that is what's happening there at the Azores, and I think that is kind of neat. Going to definitely have to keep an eye on what goes on in the future, because anything is possible here. You know, everybody's worried about a volcano here on St. George. What about down here? You know, we could just as easily have something pop open there, or like with this swarm, it could pop open right there and create another island for all we know. There's no cams there. No. Oh, cool, I found it. Just dropping in. Where are these islands? Google Earthing. Okay, those islands are the Azores. 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 So hopefully you'll find that. And if you're looking on the map, that'll help you out. And you can definitely see there's Portugal. Go straight out west of Portugal, and you will find the Azores. There's your Mid-Atlantic Ridge right there, and there's the split Eurasian plate, North American on this side, and African on this side. So that's where it is, you guys. Gura, welcome. Glad to have you on board. And Hazy Eagle is here as well, and welcome. Okay, I'm glad you found it, and we'll carry on from there. So going from the Azores, right here in the middle of the Atlantic, we'll pop back over to someplace other than that. Actually, let's, I forgot to do this. We're going to go down and look at these. We see all of those quakes there. So real quick on that other chart. Whoop, of course it's going to do that to me. Of course, there we go. You can see the depths, and they're showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quakes in total. I think there was a couple more on that list, unless I'm wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, there's actually 10 here. There must be one doubled up or something somewhere. Anyway, that's kind of what we see in the Azores. We'll leave it there. If you want to have a look at this site, you can go to spotazores.com, and if you want to get any of these other wonderful things here, I'm going to just drop the link in here. You can go ahead and have that and take a look if you want to keep track of that yourself, or if you want the other one, that is from volcanodiscovery.com, and that is here. So there you have all the information. That way you can find it yourselves if you ever have that desire. And let's get on with the show. I'm going to put this back to where I had it, and we will move over to North America. And of course, what we are looking at there is Popocatépetl. And Popocatépetl looked better earlier today. If we go back about 6 hours, 7 hours, it was clear skies, and I thought, oh great, it's going to look nice for the show. And this is what it looked like. And a little bit of sugar coating on top, not overly large amounts, but definitely a little bit of snow on there, and some pluming going on, so not bad. And then as we carry on, about 5 hours ago, we look at it and we see most of our sugar coating is starting to melt, and we are seeing a little bit more pluming. This is kind of neat on the side here. I'm still trying to figure out if this is like a parasitic vent or what the heck this is, but it's kind of a cool view. And if we go a little bit further, there we can see the clouds are starting to come in and really mess us up, and that's kind of what we see about an hour and 45 minutes ago, and of course at present. So let's have a look at the other ones. Same kind of scenario. Earlier in the morning, it looked not bad at all. This is the kind of stuff, 9:30 a.m., beautiful view. And you definitely see it throwing out some material there, or pluming, gas-wise anyway, looking awesome. And it kind of had the same scenario of, hang on, let's go right back to the early morning. There. Isn't that pretty? It's a golden dome on top of it. So pretty cool. That is definitely very early in the morning. That was what, 7:01 a.m. and that's kind of a neat shot. I like it. And let's see. Maybe we can see during the night it was actually glowing on this one. And that's actually pretty cool too. So yeah, nice stars and everything else. That is kind of neat. I didn't expect it to show that well. So that is pretty cool. That makes me wonder if we can see that same scenario in this one. Yep, we can too. It was clear. And look at those gorgeous stars. Gotta love that, you guys. That was at 5:13 in the morning. And very, very nice looking. You definitely see the glow coming out of the crater. So, yeah, pretty cool shot, you guys. Okay, let's move on to the third view. Of course, right at present, it's full of clouds. If we back up the same amount, roughly about 5 to 6 hours, that is what it looks like there. There's that side I was looking for. And yeah, it looks like they did have a vent there, and it looks like it sloughed off and broke off and might have collapsed and sunk back down. So that is what I was kind of looking at the side there. We seen it just the edge of that. Anyway, going back, I'm going to go back all the way into the nighttime shot, and that is at 4 a.m. and looks not too bad. And then as the sun started coming up, we see it lit up a little bit better. That's kind of neat. And gee, there's some lights down here. Makes you wonder what they're doing there. And let's see if we can catch a little bit more light on there. Yep, that is the sunrise. Now it didn't switch out to color yet, which is kind of neat. But we have extra sunlight in there, and a UFO flying by. If you haven't seen it, it is right there. It's moving along pretty good. Definitely covering a lot of distance very quickly. And we know it's not a star, because stars don't boogie like that. Yeah, UFO, something. Unidentified flying object. That does not mean that it is alien craft. It just means it's a UFO. We can't identify it. Okay. Anyway, it's heading into the sunlight, so hopefully it will have a nice dawn. No, it doesn't have to be aliens. Why does everybody always say, as soon as you say UFO, they say it's an alien? No, UFO is unidentified flying object. My God. Satellite. Nah, probably an aircraft flying somewhere from a fairly high altitude is what I'm guessing. So, yeah, BMAT, if it was grays, that would be pretty cool. What is it? Penghuni? I hope I said that right. Welcome. Glad to have you on board. Anyway, that is what we're seeing out of Popocatépetl. I'm going to put that back to live and make sure all my screens are back to live, so when I go looking for it, I can find the cloud channel, and that's exactly what it is. Moving on, let's go to the other one. That one too is in the clouds, and this is Fuego de Colima, or if you want in Spanish, El Volcán de Colima, or a Fuego de Colima. Anyway, that is south of Guadalajara, Mexico, and that is what we're seeing there. Unfortunately, the skies off in the distance there were too much today. We can't see it at all. It's hiding. Even when we zip back into the nighttime, we had clouds. Yeah, clouds galore, can't see a darn thing. So we're not going to worry about that guy today. The other Fuego, of course, if we go there, is hiding in clouds. And I check on it, on occasion, and unfortunately, we don't see a darn thing coming out of it. Well, we don't see it. It's not that we don't see anything coming out of it, it's just we can't see it. So that is a part of the problem, and that is Fuego in Guatemala. And of course, the other ones that we are trying to keep an eye on are like Tolica. And Tolica, of course, are still stuck on that same picture. They haven't fixed the camera. Going over here, this is not as good looking as it was yesterday, but this is Mombo Tombo. Mombo Tombo. And this morning, it was just a small little plume coming off the top of the crater. Today, it looks like the clouds are covering it once again. So very cloudy there. Unfortunately, not too much we can do about it. And they're redoing the picture. Almost. Okay, well, at least it shows us the top a little bit more, and we know it's still off-gassing, as well as some of that cloud going right over top of it. And we'll leave that be. We'll take a look at our next shot, and this is also in Nicaragua. This is a Masaya volcano, and you can see the front portion of the crater rim, but the back portion is obscured because of the fogginess of the situation, and that is kind of what we're looking at right now. I do see it is break time, you guys, so we will save Merapi and those other ones for the break, and or after the break. And then also want to throw in there that we will be showing the wonderful bacon seeds after the break. So please stay tuned, stick around, all that nice stuff. I'm going to put you back onto the recordings of Cumbre Vieja. I'll use my magic power to start it erupting again. There we go. And please, if you haven't hit that like button yet, do hit that like button now. That would really help us out. And also, if you're new and you have not yet subscribed, do consider hitting that subscribe button if you feel we've earned it. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to take a 5-minute break or so, and when I get back, we will be looking at the wonderful bacon seeds. Don't go away, and keep smiling. Alright, I've got the microphone back on, and we'll make sure we turn that music back off. And you might have noticed it didn't go last time when I did that, and it actually worked. Okay, as some of you are wondering, first off, welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And what we've got on the screen is a rerun, and we are watching basically during our breaks and stuff like that. We are watching the Cumbre Vieja volcano from La Palma, Canary Islands from last year. Okay, this is, as we call it, canned lava. All right, and not to be confused by anyone. We want to make sure that a lot of people get a little bit upset or dismayed when they figure out, why is it erupting? Why is it erupting? But no, we want to make sure everybody understands. This is old stuff, canned lava from days gone by, and we wish we seen something like that right now, because that is really what I would love to have to be able to show, but unfortunately not that good. Anyway, gonna use my magic powers here and stop those three vents from erupting, and we will move over to what is referred to as our bacon seeds. So let's have a look at the bacon seeds. Hey, Mark the Shark is here. Adele51 also in the channel. Welcome, you guys. And welcome to anyone else that I missed. And thank you for all the welcomes back from all of you guys. So let's get over there. This was the last one from yesterday. Lovely little fella who was only about an hour old. We will carry on, and here is our next wonderful bacon seed, or seeds, and these two guys are they're looking happy. You know, it just amazes me that these guys look so relaxed and so pleasant when they are being kind of taken care of and coddled and that kind of thing. I think pigs like attention. It's amazing, and that would be pretty cool. And let's get to our next wonderful bacon seed, and that is this guy. And he certainly looks happy. You know, you see the expression on his face, and you gotta think, you know, what's in his head. And he certainly isn't looking like he's trying to run away or definitely not a scared look of any type. It looks like a pleasant little animal who is happy in his environment, being toweled. Piggies are like a cuddle. Yep, piggy in a blanket. Yeah, that's about what it looks like. All right, next bacon seed, and here's one that's a little bit younger. What often much? Yep, wandering around in this white little carpet there. He's probably going, what is this stuff on my feet? I've never felt anything like that. It's weird. Funny looking grass, white grass, and that is absolutely cute. Okay, next one. There we go. Here's another one. That is, I guess, a selfie looking at the camera, and again the expression tells you that definitely not having a hard time here. So wonderful to see. Storm Chaser 1211, welcome, right in time for bacon seeds. Laugh often, love much. You bet, Juliet, you got it. And here's our next bacon seed, and that is this guy. For all of you who don't like bacon seeds, this is a message. Anyway, gotta love them, and that is pretty cool. All right, we'll get on to our last bacon seed of today, and this is definitely a pretty one as well. And now this is a micro pig. I do not know how old this little guy was, but I think he was very, very young, and probably an hour or so old, and still has his eyes closed. A very, very young little bacon seed. So that is about as young as you can get, I think. And that is, yeah, it's super, super tiny. And that is our last bacon seed for today. So that is it. And just remember, please don't make a pig out of yourself when you're having your pie. And on that friendly note, let's get on to our next volcanoes. I did say we'll have a look at Merapi, see what it's doing, and go from there. And here we go. So that is Merapi, and let's see if we can kind of show it in a little bit of the other way here. Where are we? Going back a little bit in time, we do know that there were a couple of small eruptions, but nothing overly wild. Kind of the what we call the status quo of what it was doing before, and this is one of them. You see the lava coming out, a small amount, and of course it tumbles down the hill and does its thing. So it's not big piles of lava, unfortunately, and not the flows that you were seeing coming out of something like Cumbre Vieja, or when Ragnar was really going, or when Etna is really pumping it out. You know, it's none of that stuff. This is just a continuous machine that every hour or two or whatever, it's throwing up a few spurts of lava, and just continues to build that mountain and put more and more material out, and it will continue to do that. And that is what we've seen. Going back a little bit more in time, there were several other spots there that weren't too bad, but also variable clouds. I want to get to that one. Hang on. That would be about here. So this one was a little bit bigger, and you can see it lighting up the cloud work over on the right hand cam here for the night vision. And but it did throw out a little bit more bacon this time around. So that is what we're seeing. That's probably one of the larger amounts that we've seen come out of it in one shot, as far as lava is concerned. Merapi is reliable with lava. Yeah, and it is very much so, Juliet. Just not great amounts of lava. You know, it does do what it does, and that is some pretty nice bacon coming down that hill. Unfortunately, the other view is really obscured by the clouds, and just turns into basically a white light, if you will, and that is what we're seeing. So not bad. Looks pretty cool, and I don't know if we had any other ones here. I don't recall anything major when I scanned back earlier, and I can't be watching all of them all the time, so especially when my focus was on Etna and those guys. So I think right about here we did have a little bit come out. Yeah, it wasn't that much. This is at 1:43 a.m. Their time, so not too bad. And just scanning through, I just don't see any major ones. Well, let's see what this one looks like about here. And this was just right around midnight. You notice it's fairly light. That is because of the moonlight hitting it, and that is really nice to be able to see the moon lighting things up. But again, we really didn't have any major eruptions during that time. Nothing big coming out of there. We had a few small little trinkles coming out of there. There we go. Tribbles? No, trebles. Tribbles. Tribbles were on Star Trek. Never mind. You don't want tribbles. They will eat all your grain and multiply. They're like mogwai. You don't want to feed them. And we go back a little bit more. Kind of some neat cloud coming up on that, and then we see a little bit of material coming out. We don't see any of it over here. It's just not the right color, right? Troubles with tribbles. Yep. And tribbles, believe it or not, that was made up by Star Trek, and that was pretty cool. Became a common routine name, and everybody knows what a tribble is. They're cute, they're soft, they're cuddly, but they'll eat you out of house and home. So, anyway, let's fix that screen back up in that sense. Okay, that is what it normally looks like. We're going to go and take a look at a different volcano. So, going from Indonesia over to the North Island of New Zealand, and we are looking for, and notice I say we are looking for Ruapehu, and we know it's there. We can see a part of it, a little bit of the snow. Anyway, Ruapehu is hiding in the clouds back there, and I'm just trying to back up here and see if we can see any more of it. And I don't think we're going to get anywhere going forward again in time. This is live right now, so no view of Ruapehu, unfortunately, and that is what we've got. So that's where it's at. We will put that back on the Merapi one so I can find it later. Putting this over here sounds like kids. Yep. Give them to Klingons. Absolutely, Henry. That's what they did. They send them over there. Anyway, they don't have their other cameras active right now on this one, and I'm going to just double check and see if they put anything live on the other one. Nope. So this is it for Semeru and the rest over there. So we don't get to see Krakatoa today. I don't think it's putting out that much. Anyway, is Semeru still active? Yes, Semeru is still active. Matter of fact, yesterday it was doing fairly well, but I don't know if you seen. This was that time lapse I made from the 7th. And that's kind of just to gives you a little bit of an idea of what it normally looks like and what it's been doing. And this is kind of what continues to happen at Semeru. This is from 3 days ago. So that's that type of scenario anyway. It gives you a better idea. Just so you kind of know what to expect when you're watching this. And yeah, it is a time lapse, so when you see the stars moving, that's why. And unless the Earth has started spinning up real fast, we'll all get heavier as gravity increases. Anyway, or we'll fly off if gravity doesn't increase. What about that? That'd be neat. Kind of a funky thing. You jump up and you land 20 feet further over to the east, I guess. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, let's carry on. Next volcano, of course, would be in Japan. And hey, ice cream boat is in, you guys. It looks like both ice cream boats are in. I can see them both at right there. So head on down if you want ice cream. Remember, it's down the road there, and then here, and then take a left and go down to the dock, and you'll see the vendor set up. 2 scoops. Yep. 2 scoops is better than 1. Okay, let me get over onto that screen, wherever it is. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Okay, I found it, and I will go and look at what Semaru looks. Sorry, not Semaru. Sakurajima. That's where we're at in Japan. So that's Sakurajima. Unfortunately, we don't see it very well right now, and it's been sitting in the fog all morning long, and I was hoping, okay, come on, burn off, but it didn't. Anyway, so we're backing up a little bit. I just want to see if we happen to see any glow during the night, and it is very difficult to see what's going on. Yeah, I don't know, pretty nasty there, a little less fog in the way, but still not seeing anything glowing, and backing up a little bit more. This is 9.5 hours ago. Yeah, actually there we can see a little bit of a glow, so it is lighting it up just a tad bit, but nothing spectacular, you guys. And if we go back to the other shot, hey, the one ice cream vendor's taken off. I hope you guys got what you want. The other one's still there, so you got a few more minutes anyway before he takes off too. So hurry if you want your ice cream, and pralines and cream, please. Oh yeah. All right. You're gonna make me hungry. This, of course, is what we were seeing live on their cam now. If we go back during the night, what I was trying to see is if there was any glow. We said that there was a glow at about 9 hours ago, 9.5 hours ago. We don't see it on the close-up cam. It might be because we're too much in the soup, and that is kind of what it looks like there right now, grayed out, unfortunately. So that's what it is. Anyway, there goes the one ice cream boat. The other one's still sitting there, waiting for everyone to finish ordering, and then it's going to take off too. Let's pop over to a couple more, and we will see what we got. Mint chocolate chip. Oh, and of course this is Mount Fuji, and we can't see Mount Fuji very much today either. Clouds, bad weather conditions. There's Mount Fuji, kind of, sort of, and you can see it there, as well as all those bugs that are flying around. I don't know if those are mosquitoes or flies or what, but I'm just not buzzing to find out. But anyway, let's carry on. I'm going to put that back to live so I don't forget where it is. And of course, here is Aso-san. Aso is also in the clouds, and it would be right in there. We'll see if we can back that up a little bit and see it. I don't think we can. It looks like it's kind of too much cloud there. So this is about 15 minutes ago. No joy, I don't think. And this was earlier, so we're not going to see Aso-san today, unfortunately, and it's hiding in the soup here somewhere. We will assume that it is continuing to steam off some of that wonderful water that's getting into the caldera because of the extra temperature of the rocks and stuff. So we'll probably see that if it was clear, but we don't. So we're going to leave it there, and let's move over to our next volcano. And I am sure you're all familiar with this site. And there we go. We see what's happening at Taal, and that is in the Philippines. And of course, what we're seeing go up here is a little bit of pluming from the heating, and that is something that happens when you've got a fairly open caldera, and you've got a little lake inside that caldera. And of course, this is the entire thing is a caldera with a volcano in the middle of it. So a lake with a volcano in it, which has a lake in it. And that is what we're seeing. And some of that is from the volcano, but most of that is just fog and cloud that you will find in that area. Just about dark here now. Hot day today. Adele, I'm hoping that'll cool off for you, but not too cold that you end up with snow. At least we hope you don't want snow. Anyway, I'm looking at the time. We're getting closer to our wonderful break time here. So before we head on anywhere else, I don't know, do I want to go over and see Yellowstone? Yeah, we'll have a quick look at Yellowstone before we go take that break. And Yellowstone, of course, they are off looking into the fields where all the geysers are, and there are a lot of them there, over 500 different geysers in Yellowstone, and you guys can always enjoy them. If you need to go to Yellowstone and you want to have a look at this specific site that we have in here, just type in Yellowstone or Jellystone, and it will bring up the link to the National Forest Service, and it'll bring you up a fairly decent site. You can have the video that's on here, as well as various maps and things like that they've got on this particular site. So it's very informative, and that will be pretty cool. Somebody is trying to get my Pepsi. Why are you guys all ordering my Pepsi? By the time I get to the bot, he ain't gonna have any more. Darn it. Anyway, that is pretty cool. Okay, Jellystone. Yep, that's the link you can put in, and that will bring it up. There you go. Old Faithful and the Upper Geyser Basin. I just about said geyser. The Upper Geyser Basin live stream cam, and maps and everything else on that same site. So do go there after the stream if you like the views, and yes, they do show the other ones. And with the maps, if you go study the maps a little bit, you'll get the idea of what geyser goes with what name, and it's pretty cool and pretty awesome to actually try to locate them and figure them out. So really cool. Okay, it is break time, you guys. So for those good people who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like button. That would be really awesome. And I am trying to get some other things working here. Let's see. Come on. Yep, that one is working. Okay, and get over back to this page. We will use that magic, and we will turn the flaming volcano back on for you. And please enjoy this. So if you haven't hit that like button yet, please do hit it. Trust me, folks, you won't like being around Dr. Fox if he doesn't have any Pepsi. Yeah, you need to leave my Pepsi alone. That is the nectar of life. All right, you guys. So make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that friendly note, I am going to take a 5-minute break or thereabouts. And please don't go away. I see we've got a lot less people here today anyway, and I know what it is. I mean, it's summertime, but also the fact that we don't have a beautiful brand new live volcano, so it's a little bit difficult trying to get decent ratings and lots of people in the stream when we're kind of retrashing everything over and over. If you're trying to get the weather for there, Mona, you have to type in exclamation weather and then all of it. A matter of fact, what we can probably do is help you out. And hang on, I'm trying to do that. There we go. Copy, and we'll do it this way. I'll put it in there for you, so you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so I don't know if it'll come up as San Fernando Valley, but I will try it. Anyway, that is the command for weather. So, and there you go, 34 degrees Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit, and 27. It's a dry heat. 27% relative humidity. I'll be back in 5 minutes, you guys. Keep smiling. Play nice in the lava. I'll be back. And I am back. Microphone is back on. Welcome everyone. I'm glad to have you guys on board, and or welcome back, depending on if you've been here before, been here for a while. That is all good. Thank you guys for the welcome backs from let's see, Gura and Paul and Alba Girl and Sue Hayes and Mars and Colin and Mona and everybody else. Let's see. Okay, Sherry Hewitt included. All right. And I was trying to read up a little bit. I don't know what's going on, Philomena, but positive thoughts to you, okay? I hope things get well and good vibes in your direction. So hopefully you will be good in the end. All right, things do work out. So fingers crossed, and keep positive, right? That's what we're all hoping for. Anyway, while we're looking at all this wonderful stuff here, let's get ourselves over to Hawaii. We haven't looked at Hawaii yet. For those who are just joining, this, of course, is what we refer to as canned lava. This was from Cumbre Vieja from last September, and that was kind of what we were seeing then. We're using that as fillers because we don't have any flowing lava, and this is the only way we're going to get our lava fix right now. So that's what we've got. Anyway, I'm going to use my magical powers again and stop the volcano in its actual eruption there, or just like that. Isn't that neat? I am so powerful. I like it. It'll go to my head. Anyway, there we go, trying to get that on screen. This was from 2:46 a.m. Gasp. I've got magical powers. That is a strong magic, Dr. Fox. You bet it is. Just a click of a mouse away. You too can do it. Anyway, there's our lovely little lava pond at Kilauea, and there is what's left of the tow area. And right now, unfortunately, in this early morning hour shot, you can't really tell what it was doing. It kind of is hidden by all the smoke. And just I want to throw out there, 2 pineapples did venture up. Both of them were up there ready and willing and waiting for the rain to clear and stuff like that. They wanted to go live stream this morning, and unfortunately it was raining way too much. Hence the reason for a lot of that steamy look that we're seeing right now. And that is kind of what it is. Alba Girl says, I love watching La Palma, nice to look back on. Sad about the loss of homes, etc. though. And exactly, Alba Girl. We don't wish anything bad on anyone. It's just, hey, it happened. It's done. Where are they pointed with their camera? Somebody has moved the camera, and they've moved the camera onto the primary output. There is your primary hornito right there. The little extra hornito would be over here, and then the lava flow would be going out into the crater. So I don't know why they've moved it, but that is neat. We do see a lot of space in between here and the wall. Not sure how far that actually is, but you got to remember this thing comes down on an angle, this wall. So if it comes down, that probably is still sitting right up against the wall, but a little ways down. So that is what we're seeing right there. Let's take a look at the next shot. This again, 2:47 a.m. This is what we've seen. There's that primary vent or hornito that we were talking about. The secondary one is over here with the lava tube feeding the lava pond. And as you see, there's some lit up areas over here, there, and around the other side as well. So you know that we are seeing hot lava. And remember what I was saying about that center area, and actually is kind of floating. So let's get a look at the current picture. There it is. And that is actually pretty good. So primary vent. Here's the little hornito flowing out into the tube, into the lava pond. And as you look around, you can see actually you can see right there is kind of the ring around this patch in the middle here. And that is all raised up, this middle area. And this lower area around the edges is slowly filling up with extra lava going into it, and you see the hot spots as you've seen on the other shot there. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Let's see what the other camera has, and unfortunately that is from 1927 on the 9th. Let's see if they fixed it. Nope, that is still that one. So let's take a look at our thermal cam. This again from 2:44 a.m. Hawaii time. There's your primary vent out here, and that little hornito and the lava tube would be feeding that. You note that we see the hotter areas around the outside edges, and that is unfortunately we don't see anything closer to the wall here. It is light though when you're looking at it. Let's refresh that, get the current time shot, and it is not too much different. It does show a fairly full pond here. It's not completely full. You can see the edge here a little bit, so we know it's down a little bit, but that is what it is. That has turned into just a puddle, if you will, with all that extra overflown material that was here, and re-bridged it, and that is supposedly a lava tube underneath feeding it now. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, again, in here you can kind of look, you can see all the way around, you see the raised up material in the center area that's not as pinkish as the other stuff around the edges, giving you a pretty good idea that the outer edges are much lower and much fresher and newer and hotter, and you definitely don't want to walk on it. Okay, even though this stuff might be 2 or 3 meters thick, I still wouldn't want to walk on that either. So that is kind of what it is. Anyway, let's take a look and see what we can find for earthquakes, and we will get over to the earthquake map, Hawaiian earthquakes first, and then we'll go around the planet. And whoa, I didn't want to do that. Looking right here, of course, we see a red dot. That means that we have a new quake there. And we're kind of zooming in on the Hawaiian Islands. There's your Hawaiian Islands, and of course we're going to the big island of Hawaii. And first off, we see a quake out here close to Luihi Seamound. That is a 2.3, 31.7 kilometers down from 9:16 a.m. today. And then if we zoom in just a little bit more, the Pahala area, we see a fair amount of different quakes. We're going to go through these. 1.7 from yesterday at 22:51, and then we'll go over here. Today, 3:09 a.m. for this 2.0. 1.9 from yesterday at 22:04. then we've got this guy here from today, 1413 and a 1.8. This guy is 2.1 from 4:25 a.m. This guy right there from 11:40 a.m. 2.1, and sliding over here at 2.2 at that's yesterday's at 20:54. And we'll slide over a little bit more into the other area and grab this guy. That's yesterday from 16:13. It's a 2.4. And this guy 2.2 from today at 2:55 a.m. Very interesting. And then we have a few more here. 1.9, 12:12 was the time on that one. And okay, then we have this guy here, 2.2, and that is at 13 minutes after 11 p.m. On yesterday for them. And then, of course, I will take a look at this one as well. And okay, oh, I had a phone call come in, but they left a message. Okay, no worries. 2.3 from 1948 yesterday. And then we have this guy up here, 2.2 from 14:52. And that is kind of all of the ones down here at the Pahala area. And we'll take a look up on Mauna Loa. First, this guy down here, 2.2, and at 17:56 yesterday. And then we have this other guy out here by the coast, 2.6, and that was yesterday's as well, 17:04. And then we click here, 1.8 from today at 5:40 a.m. And then this guy here up on Mauna Loa, and that is 10:55 a.m. for that guy. That swarm, that's the only one in that little swarm today. So I'm wondering if that kind of died out or lost its interest. I think we did get these two, but I'm just going to go over them again here. 12:08 today for this guy, 3.9 kilometers down. This guy here was 8.5 kilometers down. That was 18:18 yesterday. And then we have one that is right inside Kilauea itself in the caldera, and that is right there, 2.1 from 10:14 a.m. So that's kind of what we're seeing, and we don't see anything else over there. And that is Hawaii for you today as far as earthquakes are concerned. And I'm sure it is a beautiful day otherwise in Hawaii. And let's, whoa, come on, what's it doing here? I'm getting extra clicks out of my mouse now. I'm gonna have to really take care of that mouse somehow. It's doing weird things. Okay, looking at what we have elsewhere in the world, we do see here Kermadec Ridge and Tonga slash Fiji area. We do see some small ones, and that's a 4.5 Fiji area from today, 527 kilometers down. Wow. 599 kilometers for this one from yesterday at 21:21. It was a 4.4. And then we have a 4.3 considered to be at Tonga, 469 kilometers down. And that's incredible depths, you guys. Really, really far down. Papua New Guinea has this guy here, 4.7, 178 kilometers down. It clicked on me, double clicks, I don't know, all of a sudden. 178 kilometers down from 9:16 a.m. Their time. This guy here is 4.8, and that is 44 kilometers down. I'm not sure what that is close to. I know Luolatok is here somewhere, and at the end, but that's okay. Then this little swarm that we had here, it kind of died off with this 4.5, and that was at 1:16 a.m. at 49.6 kilometers, and that's kind of what we see there. Further to the north, we do see this 4.3, and that is 153 kilometers down from 3:30 this morning. And then we see this stack. That's the old stuff. We haven't seen any more popping in there. There's definitely some rumbling in the jungle there in Mauna Loa. Okay, more than usual, but we shall wait for the geologist to feed us info. Okay, thanks to Pineapples. And yeah, I've been noticing there has been more rumblings there, so I figure it was just you out there hiking, and I guess that's not the case then. Okay, are you going in lava tubes and smacking the walls or something? That might be what you're doing, eh? Anyway, we do have this 4.5 up near the islands between Russia and I'm going to call them the disputed islands, Japan and Russia. So that is what we see up there. And then going up here in the Aleutian Islands, we do see a little bit more activity here as well, which is kind of interesting. 4.3 up here, and then also 3.3 not too far away from it. We also have a 3.9 here, Rat Island, and this other one here, 3.8. So these are all fairly current. That is yesterday's actually, but this one was today from 1457. So while we're looking at that, let's pop over to Alaska just for a minute and have a peek at what we can see. There isn't a lot to see there right now, unfortunately. This, of course, is an older picture of Cleveland. We don't have anything new. They haven't updated it. This is our current picture of Great Sitkins, and you can see it off in the distance there, but it is definitely not showing up very well. And, of course, Pavlov is giving us this today, and that is it. And here's another nice photo from from Semi, and it had an interesting morning. So as we go through, we can see some of those different views, and that is pretty cool. And that started it over again. I didn't want it to do that, but into the night it goes, and back to where it was. All right, so that is what we're seeing there. I'm going to pop back over to the earthquake map, and actually we'll carry on from there. I've got to get myself, where's my earthquake map? Earthquake, there we are. All right, so I really don't see anything else that is really scary around the world, and that is should be okay. We did have a little bit bigger one here, a 4.0 in Dominican Republic. That 125 kilometers down happened at 52 minutes after midnight. So that is a little bigger than what they normally get in that area. But other than that, I don't see too much. What is this guy here? 3.1 in Stanley, Idaho. And that's kind of it. I think we can leave those earthquakes alone. We did have a look at the Azores already, so let's go over to the Canary Islands. I'm going to refresh that map so it's up to date, and I should have refreshed before I went there, but that's okay. We do see that we've got a couple shakers on Tenerife. That one that I'm on right now, 7 kilometers down, 2.1, and that is right there on the island of Tenerife. Then it has another one up here on the very top of the crater, and that is the freshest one, a 1.2, 12 kilometers down. Then you got this other guy right beside it here, 2.1, 18 kilometers down from 2021, and that kind of gives you a pretty good idea. The other one here was 2043 at their time. Anyway, we'll leave those be. Let's get over onto La Palma and zoom in and take a look at what we've got today. And nothing. We had the 3 from yesterday. La Palma did not have any earthquakes today, so that was pretty easy, guys. And let's carry on with other stuff. Trying to keep up to the chat here. That is definitely hard to say. So knowing which way lava flows or how intense it may be. Mahalo for your concerns, Mars 2028. Will you be able to be okay if... yeah. That is a little bit hard to say. You know, I think they're far enough away that I don't think they need to worry, but if it goes completely berserk, it doesn't matter where on the island you are. You're going to have a problem. And just to kind of go over here for a second. Okay, so if this does go, and most of the flow will end up going this way. 2 pineapples is over on this side. Okay, so most of the flow will go the opposite direction. I think there's more of a concern if Kilauea goes for 2 pineapples as opposed to a Mauna Loa, and if that makes any sense. And that would be what I see. Spooning our lava. Oh yeah. Hey, we need a few buckets. That pumper truck hasn't been over there yet. Apparently the thing filled up a little bit. Okay, we did have a look at those things. Let's pop over to our weather maps, and we'll take a look at that real quick. And let's go to our SO2 map, refresh real quick so we get a good shot here. Hey, I'm not seeing any rain. What the heck is going on? The weather guessers are missing. Anyway, let's not worry about that. And there we go. We are seeing what North America is looking like, and it really isn't as bad as yesterday. I see we still have a lot of off-gassing up here where we shouldn't, and of course that is from a lot of the permafrost being melted and has been heated up on the land, and that has really created big problems. And you can see some of those areas here where you have the higher plumes, and no, this is not human pollution. Because there are no humans up there. So this is something to bear in mind, you guys. Population very, very little. Okay, so it's not made by humans. So most of this is from the Earth heating up and causing a natural, thawing out the permafrost, which is allowing things like methane and carbon and whatever else has been trapped in there for years and years and years to come out. And that will be all kinds of various gases, amongst other things. Always great to see you all, and say aloha. Must go now and get the house duties going. Wood gonna start working on its own. What? The wood is going to start working on its own. I want your magic wood, 2 pineapples. Oh, that sounded bad. Never mind. Take care, 2 pineapples. Aloha and mahalo. Okay, North American areas are not bad overall. We see Central America and Mexico, everything is blowing out into the Pacific. Same thing with the northern portions of South Africa, or sorry, South America. There we go. And looking pretty clean in the Amazon and those areas. And you know, it was always those fires that they had in the Amazon before, which are a lot less now, since we got a lot more tree huggers going out there and telling them not to cut things down. Anyway, we do see from bottom end of Peru onward that flow was heading back to the east over the continent and right out into the Atlantic Ocean. So that's what we're seeing there. Not seeing a heck of a lot coming off of the South Sandwich Islands or Michael Volcano, sliding over to New Zealand, and that is also eased up a whole bunch. And it is a White Isle volcano that's there. Ruapehu, which is over here, is definitely not showing very much. Tofua is up here, and that may also be a part of Hunga Tonga, Hunga Ha'apai in Tonga here. So that could be a combination. And of course, we see Yasur and his friends here in Vanuatu. And let's slide into and have a quick look and see what we've got going on. Okay, well, I don't think this is from, that's not Leo's barbecue. Leo is over here in Melbourne, so somebody else is having a barbecue. That may be from some refinery or something creating some SO2. And we know just north of Sydney we have coking plants and coal mining, and that could be what's causing that. The rest seems to be just standard, I guess, people pollution, and not too bad. Papua New Guinea not looking overly bad, but they still got their stuff. This one here from Ibu and Dukono, still throwing out SO2 there. Luolotok down here, and looks like a little bit more coming out of Semeru today, as well as Merapi, and possibly a little bit coming from Krakatoa. But we also know Jakarta, a big city there, doing a lot of SO2 as well. Bulusan up here doing its thing in the Philippines, and then of course you have supposedly some coming off of Lake Taal and from the Taal volcano, but you also have a lot of population in Manila that is certainly helping with that venture. We do see some stuff coming off of these islands out here. Not sure what's on those islands, going to investigate that more. And we also see here pollution from Taiwan going up a little bit. And we see this one here, Suwanosi-jima, is throwing off a little bit more dirty stuff. And then, of course, we also have in here would be Semeru, and no, not Semeru, Sakurajima. My bad. That's twice today I did that. Anyway, that is what's going on in there, sliding up towards the Kamchatka Peninsula. We know that we are seeing a continuance of everything that is in there. So really nothing too wild and crazy here. Looks like Bezimiani is working up most of this, and between that one and what's this guy up here? I forgot. Boy, oh boy. Chikarachi is down here, and then the next one is Ibico, and then of course you got yeah, boy, never mind. I'm losing it. Chevalish, that's it. Chevalish, up on the top. Okay, I'll leave it be. Anyway, stuff from in China still doing its thing. A lot of off-gassing, normal pollution in those areas of India. Down here, South Africa, iron smelting, and Central Africa here, where you've got the Dominican Republic, coal smelting, as well as our wonderful volcano there. And we have right about here would be RTVE doing its thing, and we do see quite a bit of pollution in Saudi Arabia. And looking up here, Italy and the island of Sicily. Boy, all of a sudden my mind is going, maybe it's early Alzheimer's or something. Anyway, gonna have to practice a little bit more, my brain. Of course, Etna is right there, and then we've got Stromboli and Volcano in this area. And of course, going up here, we know Campi isn't doing anything, and neither is the other one. Pepsi, yeah, I need more Pepsi. That's what it is. And we're not seeing anything too much in Spain or Portugal. France looking really clean. Not too bad here in Germany. A little bit more SO2 in England, and Wales and Ireland and Scotland look to be fairly clean. And same thing goes for Norway, Sweden, and Finland. So those are good. Same thing with Iceland. We don't see anything major coming off of there at all. So that is it for the SO2. Let's move over to our wonderful weather, and we are going to redo this real quick. First thing that you see is that storm that we had here. Bonnie was the other one, and now we got Derby, and that is the new storm that has developed. Looking at temperatures, and here's why we're seeing all that SO2 and off-gassing up top here. We're still seeing temperatures 28, 29 degrees up here in the north, and that is just absolutely incredible. Records are being broken, and that is just wild to see. And you know, hey, who wouldn't love to see palm trees growing up here again? You know, really. 31 degrees here in a couple of spots, and getting a little cooler along the Mackenzie River, though that's kind of nice. But a lot of that permafrost up here has thawed partially or fully, and that creates for some different conditions that people aren't used to up there, because these temperatures are a complete abnormality, and prime example of global warming, right? And everybody always says it's so cold, but that is crazy. So also in Greenland, yeah, Greenland isn't getting the absolutely a severe hot, though. That's the thing. You know, this is typically what we see here in Greenland. This is what this area should be, just somewhere right around the freezing mark. You know, bobbing up and down, and with the summertime, you know, you might during the peak of the day, you may end up. Oh, you mean the permafrost? Yeah. Temperature-wise, so a peak of the day in summertime, you might see 4 or 5 degrees Celsius up here, and that would be a very hot day. You wouldn't see 31, 32 degrees. That is just unreal for that area. And, you know, the polar bears are going to be taking off their white suits and all kinds of stuff, and whatever. But anyway, zooming in to the United States, and further southerly points, we see some absolutely hot heat going up into central states here as well, and that is just crazy. 41, 42 degrees, 43 degrees, depending on where you are. And Washington is 28. Yeah, that's over in that area, so that's not so bad. But you're looking at Texas, and boy, some of those areas are super hot. 46. It didn't take me long to find a 46 degree temperature in Arizona, and Phoenix showing 44, and that is really hot, you guys. So yeah, Phoenix 44, and where did we find that 46? Was somewhere out here, 45. So yeah, and not a pleasant day, you guys. So if you didn't have air conditioning, you'd have a little bit of a problem. But that is what we're seeing. That's almost as bad as the Sahara Desert. Okay, but here we are looking at Texas, and what we see, and incredibly hot. And I'm just looking at the way the flow patterns around from these hot spots, 42, 43. So wow, cooking, and absolutely cooking. That'd be Wyoming here, and then I'm not sure, Denver, that'd be Colorado, Kansas. Yeah, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Not with those kinds of temperatures. Wow. Okay, moving on. Central America, only 33 degrees in Cancun, a little cooler, so if you need a vacation, go there. It'll be nice. Central America looking not so bad. Northern portions of South America looks pretty good, all the way down to Buenos Aires, and that is the rainforest and everything else combined, looking not bad. Down on the bottom end, though, back to cold temperatures, and of course Chile is always chilly down there. And going over New Zealand real quick, we do see a bunch of different high pressures, low pressures all around. It's kind of a shooting gallery here. Which one can throw more stuff at New Zealand than the other one? And that's kind of what we're looking at. Looking though North Island, looking not too bad. South Island very cold. So definitely winter down there, and I'll leave that be. Tasmania, not quite as bad as South Island of New Zealand, but still fairly cold. And of course, looking at what we've got, Melbourne is about 6 degrees Celsius. I think Leo might have froze today. He's probably trying to figure out how to bring his barbecue inside and warm up. A little bit warmer in Adelaide at about 10 degrees. Perth shooting in at about 10 as well. Sydney looking at 11 degrees, 12 maybe. And boy, it's definitely winter in Australia. I'm waiting for Santa to show up with his 6 white boomers. Anyway, looking at the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysian areas, we do see their temperatures all pretty much normal and pretty straightforward. 28 degrees in Bangkok. It says 25, 26 on this one, but who knows? 28 on the weather guessers, thanks to, and that is pretty good. 75% relative humidity, and that we'll take with a grain of salt. Looking up Japan here, 25, 26 in a lot of places, and then a little bit cooler in the northern parts. Kamchatka Peninsula still holding a lot of temperature there as well, from about 17 to 25 degrees Celsius. So not bad. India, pretty hot, really normal. Looking at the deserts here in Sahara Desert, and also in Saudi, looking at that area, very, very hot for all of it. Yesterday I was looking right in here, there were hot spots that was 47 degrees Celsius, so that was pretty crazy, and that is plenty hot, but a little bit cooler there today, not by much. And I did talk with Aurelio earlier. He was saying it was very, very hot in Spain today as well. And I think he's somewhere around Valencia area, if I'm not mistaken. So that is pretty interesting. And here we see, of course, the wonderful island of Sicily, and a little cooler in Italy, even for Piggy's house. She's still got 25 degrees Celsius no matter what. So that is pretty awesome. Going up a little bit more, so we covered Spain. France is not looking too bad at all for nighttime temperatures, kind of warm. Beautiful weather, a little cooler here in Germany, which is all right for nighttime, and I'm sure it'll get back to normal during the day. Same thing goes for Holland and Belgium. Looking here at England, Wales, Ireland, they are all about the same. Even Scotland holding some decent temperature. A little cooler up here in Denmark, and even Poland isn't too bad. A little cooler than what it was, but that is okay. If I zoom out just a little bit, we can see all of Norway, or most of it. Warmer in the top piece again. That happened before. The entire coastal and the higher areas there, mountain ranges, still quite cool. And as when you get back past that, it warms up a little bit, but not by much. Warmer in Finland on the southeast side of it, so that is pretty good. Looking at Iceland real quick, and I just want to zoom out a little bit to see what is happening with our Gulf Stream air, and that is being pushed up to a degree here. This low is kind of in the way, but otherwise it would have a clear shot up and warm up Iceland a whole bunch more, but we do see 10, 11 degrees in a lot of those coastal areas, even warmer out here in the eastern portions at 12 to 14, depending on where you are, which is really nice for evening or nighttime temperatures in Iceland. So that's kind of what we see temperature-wise. Let's have a quick look at precipitation. First thing that, of course, comes to mind here is we see that storm, Darby, and we also see our equatorial storm that pretty much goes across the entire continent, or the entire planet, I should say, never mind just the continent. Covers all the continents. Well, not all of them, at least just the ones in the middle on the equatorial continents. How about that? Anyway, Canada, yep, storm, west coast, Alaska, not bad, northern Canada up in the Yukon and Northwest Territories, going all the way into Manitoba and down into northern Ontario, has got stormy stuff, a little bit up in the northern portions of Alberta. If Kananaskis country is down there, he's going to get some rain at home, and we see the other storms here. Not quite as stormy in the U.S. We do have this one that is going to hit Yellowstone soon. Where'd it go? Yeah, they got that there. As soon as you zoom in, though, it disappears. It becomes very small. All right. Looks like Colorado's getting some storms isolated. Same thing with New Mexico, and then a few storms around San Antonio and those areas. Hopefully, not too bad. Some out here in the west, we see some storms. Off the coast of Louisiana, we got that storm happening there, and does not look pretty here in Florida. Boy, oh boy, and going all the way up the coast here. So through the bottom end of Georgia, and then South Carolina, North Carolina, even up here in Tennessee, and boy, they're all getting it. And that is this storm sitting off the coast here, probably helping a whole bunch with this. And this will eventually move north here if this high moves out a little bit. This will start sliding north. We'll see what happens. That's off the coast as well. That is good that it's nowhere near anything. And going down here, we can see how far that storm has moved away from the coast, which is really good. And here, northern portion of South America, lots of storm in there. Getting down to Chile, and we see Chile is Chile. It's got some stormy stuff, but not as much snow down on this side. I thought there'd be more. It's all over here in the ocean area, so not bad. Sliding over, we do see the major systems out there. Here's what's happening around New Zealand. We see the North Island being pummeled by this stuff here. This low here is really drawing stuff in, so hopefully it pulls some more of that warm air down for them, and warms up the southern island. And boy, I don't like this shear front, and that is just nasty. And Leo, if you're watching, you're going to get that in the near future. No climate change in Portugal, only lots of sun, good food, and wine. George Couto. I heard they got some pretty looking women there too. Never mind. Sorry. Just kidding. They're great looking. Oh, too much fun. We see our normal stuff that we have here, and that is in the Philippine, Malaysian, Indonesian area. Off the coast of Japan, we still see those systems out there, not so great. Looks actually a little bit easier going up when you get up into the Kamchatka Peninsula, but not so good. And there's a storm off the west coast of Canada, and the portions of Alaska that are dipping down there. So, and that is pretty cool. There we go. All right, India, yep, getting hit, and there's our stuff in Central Africa going across there as well. Looking at Europe, and we are looking here, looking at Piggy's house first. I guess that storm that was here went the other way, and it's not happening, so Piggy is getting no rain. And we are looking at Italy and Sicily. They are too continue to be dry. Same thing with Spain and France and Portugal, and going into Germany, a few little spots. We got a little bit more rain happening in Poland, but nothing major. And yep, England looking pretty dry. Same thing with Ireland, Wales, and Scotland up here as well. Not that much moisture in Norway either. A little bit more in our wonderful Sweden, and then we look at Finland up on the very top there. They're getting stormed out, lots of water coming down. That's probably good for them though, keeps the forest fires down. Weather okay, looks okay for tonight's SpaceX launch at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. Oh, they're going to shoot it off from Vandenberg. That is cool, and that would be interesting to see which way it goes. Anyway, there is Iceland, and as you can see with our clouds and stuff we were observing before, we know that this is why. It's raining, low-level clouds, and that's what we're seeing on the Vikings Peninsula. So not too bad though. Eastern side is clear for a change, which was nice. We do have that low sitting out here. Not sure what that's going to entail in the future, but I hope it draws up some more warmer air. And this low here, that's not a happy guy. We don't want him. All right, so yep, California looking pretty toasty and dry. So if they want to launch something from there, I would say it's all systems go. I don't think you're going to do anything from Cape Canaveral tonight. That definitely has a few too many thunderstorms. So I'll leave that be. And buffering. How come you're buffering? Don't be buffering. It's time to switch it back to temperatures. And we are going to locate our coldest temperature real quick. And I'm seeing minus 73 so far, and minus 74. So that's what I see right there, minus 74, but I haven't really looked. Minus 71, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure there's a 5 in there somewhere. Okay, what about over here? Did we look? And I don't know. I'll let you win today, Sue, and with your minus 75, unless I find something colder real quick. But yep, I think you got it. Minus 75. I only got minus 74, so there you go. My favorite part of the map journey, and yeah, apparently Sue found minus 75, but I didn't spend a heck of a lot of time looking, so I'm sure if I zoom right in, we can probably find some isolated spot that is minus 75, but not right now. 73, 74, darn it. All right, fine. You beat me, Sue. You beat me by a degree. All right. Although I don't think anybody is going to notice the difference between minus 74 degrees Celsius and minus 75 degrees Celsius. You're still going to freeze, and that's the way it works. So remember, bundle up your penguins, you guys. They really would appreciate it. And that's before you send them out. And always think, if you're feeling cold, just think about them poor penguins in Antarctica. On that friendly note, you guys, I think we are done for today. And I thank everyone for being here. You guys are awesome, of course. And really do appreciate everyone having been in for the stream. And I wish we would have proper. Oh, hang on. I turned that off. Yeah, chuckle. All right, we'll get that straightened out. Anyway, I wish we did have a volcano that was actually erupting, and that is always a part of this stream. You know, you can't always have volcanoes erupting for us all the time, and I wish we could. So hence the reason for showing some of the old lovely lava flows from places like Iceland or Cumbre Vieja in La Palma, and that is hopefully keeping everyone happy. I know the viewership is way down in comparison to what we have. Today, as an example, we've only peaked up at 52 people, and I've been watching it gradually get lower and lower and lower over the last few weeks, and it is it is exactly that. It's because we don't have new stuff, and that is exactly the whole thing. And you know, people are losing interest. They don't want to see the same thing over. So I try to do what I can to keep things changed up. Like today, I try to make sure that we see 3 vents erupting as an example for something slightly different. And it's always hard to pick and choose these things. So I try to do what I can to keep the audience interested. And yeah, and Ragnar is not erupting exactly, Sophie. And hey, Russell, welcome right at the end of the stream. Not a worry. Okay, Nancy Buchanan says, DrFox2000, I appreciate you being here to lead our community. Thank you. And I do appreciate that wonderful bit of voice there, and that is nice. I can't watch during week streams because of the time difference. I always like and rewatch. Well, thank you, Juliet, and we understand that, and that too is a difficult thing to do, to be able to put on a show that conforms to everyone's time, and hence my reason for making it 3 hours earlier on the weekends, which does give the good people in most of the European countries a little bit more of an opportunity to see it. And thank you, Grandma B, as well. Wonderful stream again, Dr. Fox, and I appreciate that. So on those friendly notes, I think it is time for me to wrap things up. Only have the one super chat from Rick Van Ejek today. Thank you very much, Rick. I do appreciate the €5. Also want to say a big thank you to all of the wonderful people that have memberships here as members and supporters in that respect, and you guys are awesome. I really do appreciate all of you, and a big thank you to all of them, all of you, and that would be really cool there. Also, I want to say thank you to all of you for being here, and of course it is you that makes the stream, so that's the whole thing. So our lava family, we want to try to do our best to keep it together and grow it a little bit more, and see what we can do. All we need now is a new volcano, or a one that is doing really, really well. Thank you, Doc, for the live stream and mods, and good night all. Sleep well, all. Good night, Gura. Pleasant dreams, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Okay, on that note, time for me to wrap up. Thank you, Arizona Snowman, Piggy, Joseph Fields Official, Lucas Snow, and am I missing C&D Boy? I don't know, I didn't see him. But thank you guys. Also thank you the other moderators in the background. I do really appreciate you guys. And on that friendly note, it is time for me to say my famous last line there. Please make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, Dr. Fox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone. Sleep well. Have a great night or a great day. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, so a show back to our regular times. Take care, everyone, and oink oink.